Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, Google's Stadia news and gameplay live at the same time every day, Monday to Friday. Every day we check out the latest Stadia news across the internet live, closing with Stadia gameplay and chat with your host Rokk and occasional guests. But first, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out on the latest Stadia news. If you'd like to support my content, please consider joining Team Rokk by hitting the join button on this page. I am here. I don't know where it took us then. We went to the Twilight Zone. Good, happy, hey, whatever, Wednesday. We're halfway. We're halfway through the week, folks. How fantastic is that? Look at Alex there, sneaking in a little win. Bit late, my friend. No more this week, Alex, but I don't think you'll agree. We did okay yesterday. We got rid of three prizes? Yeah, we did. We got rid of Rage 2, which is one of my favourite games on Stadia. We got rid of Metro 2033 Redux, which is also one of my favourite games on Stadia. And we got rid of one of the Asteroid Recharged games from Atari, which is another great game. So many. Thank you, my friends. Good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. I just want to get the audio sorted so that I can hear myself here. A lovely little piece of music there, isn't it lovely? It's all twinky and lovely. Hope you're well, Alex. Thank you so much, my friend, for popping in. We have Humble, with a beautiful Ukrainian avatar there. God, we pray for that to come to an end soon, that's for sure. Young Dre there as well. And how are you, my friend? Viva España. Hope you're keeping well. It's young John Scar. Hello, how's Chippy doing? Who's Chippy, the bush kangaroo? What are you saying? What do we got here? Hey, I've got some great news for you. Coming up soon. In fact, today, so much of the news I've kind of already got in my Twitter bookmarks. A couple that don't show up in your general newses, that I'm going to skip the general newses because I've had a look and they haven't got anything that we don't have anywhere else. And I was kind of thinking to myself, well, maybe they don't want us to visit every day because then it kind of stops people visiting them. So, maybe we'll just, but suffice it to say, a lot of what they have to, what we're going to talk about is covered off there as well. ER Gaming, good afternoon to you. I hope you're well. Thanks for popping in. Great to see you. Bless ya. Righty hoey. So where are we? We are 4 minutes past 5, 4 minutes past 12 on the East Coast of America, or Canada for that matter. And of course 4 minutes past 9 in the morning on the Pacific Coast, or Canada. Or I'm guessing as well, Alaska. It's kind of all down that side, isn't it? Who knows? Shall we pop up? By the way, how's the audio, folk? Have I got the mix okay? Because I can't tell if the music and me are kind of battling. They shouldn't be. But if they are, let me know. Stadia Krampus as I live and breathe. How the dickens are you, Squire? I hope you're keeping well, my friend. Long time no see. I'm sure that's just life keeping you very, very busy. I hope you're absolutely in perfect harmony with existence. I'm turning the music down a little bit because it's chafing with me. Audio sounds great, says ER Gaming. Thank you. All right, we're off to a good start, aren't we? So, let me see here. I just want to check before we go to the news. Just want to make sure that I have the right channel. I didn't think I did. Let me just change that to the correct news channel, which is that one. Right, come back to the studio and let me see. Let's go there, shall we? Let's go to news laptop. There we are. It worked. How nice. We've still got our lovely chilling music. Wednesday, of course, middle of the week. It's been a roller coaster week for me. I have to say it's been a good week, all in all things considered. But boy, has it been stressful. I spent all day today and a lot of yesterday trying to get some stuff ready for Friday, the big reveal. And it wasn't working out, and I've had to completely back out and come at it from a different angle. Not going to affect the day, the big reveal. It's great to see so many people being so excited. I'm really good, Ty. Thank you so much for asking, my friend. Yeah, hope is an amazing thing. I know you meant I hope you are too. But yeah, so it's going to be really cool. And I explained it to William and Ray yesterday because I thought, I don't want people to turn up on Friday and go, is that it? So having explained it to them, they were like, wow, mind blown. So I'm fairly confident you guys are going to be as excited as I am about it. So let's see then. Hey Nerds World, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday's Stadia Rokk Around the Clock. First up, did you know, of course we did, that you can now play on smart TVs, which is awesome. They're talking, of course, about the Samsung hub, the gaming hub, and the LG as well. Both of those guys working really hard to bring cloud gaming to TV, and it's obvious why, because they're not even selling the 4K TVs they were hoping to be selling, let alone the 3D stereoscopic, ultra HDMI and everything else. So cloud gaming is a really obvious thing to build in from the get-go on your TV sets. So as of the fall, as of now, I mean, a lot of these TVs that are out there now, current generation, and in some cases the generations before then, already have everything in them that they need. But the new ones are going to really hammer it home. I can imagine big promotions in stores. I could imagine there'll be massive joint promotions with Stadia and GeForce and others, Luna, big graphics on the sides of boxes and stuff, all promoting the fact that you can literally now plug your TV in and start playing games. How fantastic is that? And Nerds World is great. Just finishing filming my first video for my Lego YouTube channel. Awesome. Wow, you'll have to let us know when it goes live, my friend, and we'll do a little bit of a promo on here for you. That'll be cool. Very good. Getting more excited as we get closer to Friday. Oh, I feel so like, but I think it's good. I'd love to tell you now, I really would, but it's great. It's Christmas Day, isn't it? Nobody wants to tell you what presents you've got until Christmas Day. But I think it's definitely, in terms of, it's all about Stadia, but more importantly, the Stadia community, and obviously John and myself. And I think there's never been anything like it for the Stadia community. And that's why we think it's really, really big. And I think everyone's going to be really excited. It's not like an event, it's not going to be like the Stadia summer event or anything like that. And everybody is going to be able to be involved. So watch this. Coming up on Friday. There may also be some other news on Friday, which is one of the reasons why I'm still in two minds, not from me, about whether to do a Rokk Around the Clock on Friday. Because we know FIFA's coming out, but I have been told it's almost at DEFCON 10 that there is still some massive news to come out of Stadia this month. And a lot of people are saying, could it be Mexico gets switched on? It's possible. But again, I've not been hearing this. And the other key thing is that if Mexico was to come on stream on Friday to coincide with the official launch of FIFA, of course, if you paid for the Ultimate Edition, you're already playing it now. I just feel that Stadia would have said something earlier in the week to kind of get people really excited, maybe get pre-orders in, get people in Mexico to order their Stadia and play and buy the games and stuff. But I may be wrong. Either way, I just feel something's coming. How the devil are you, Holtz, my friend? FIFA, look at that. He's super excited. It's not, it's not my cuppa. It's not even that it's soccer stroke football. I'm just not a massive sports games fan. I'm not a huge sports fan. I watch my rugby team when they play, but other than that, I can't be really bothered. But look at that. John says huge. I think it is huge, John. I know. I don't want to undersell it, but I don't want people to feel like we're just hyping it for hype's sake. But it's definitely the biggest thing that has been seen so far in the Stadia community outside of Stadia itself. So yeah, I think you're right to be excited. Anyway, that's it on the old TV consoles front. I just think, to be honest with you, if they really push it, LG and Samsung and others, because I can see they can all do it. It's only a case of putting a half-decent chip into their TV sets. But I can absolutely, if they get behind it, really fully behind it, and promote the fact that you can plug your TV in, and either with an existing controller or a cheap, Bluetooth controller, you can instantly play free-to-play games like Destiny or Fortnite on GeForce, or you can buy games and play them without having to install them. If they push that, I think it could massively open up cloud gaming as a concept. You can imagine, once you get into, imagine how many people have got a television set versus how many have got a laptop or a PC. I would wager far more. Be interesting to know. We're seeing less and less, of course, in the more contemporary demographics. So, millennials onwards, less of them are buying televisions. In Britain, you have to have a license to watch TV. Which is really arcane. It's all to do with the BBC, and it goes back to just after the war. It's kind of like a broadcasting license, and it's they've toyed with chopping and getting rid of this thing, but really they've done themselves a whole host of damage, because younger people that are like my kids, 23, 22, 19. I haven't got 3. I'm just guessing the ages. They're like, well, why should I bother to have a TV if I've got to pay for a license? I'll just stream on my monitor. So, yeah. Skull and Bones delayed, says John. Just announced. Wow. That's interesting. That is interesting. I will have to have a look at that one, John, in a second. So I just wanted to touch on this. It's been said so many times, so many ways. Merry Christmas. But I just think this could be the season of cloud if these TVs get behind it. There will be an open beta. Okay. Oh God, I'd love to tell you what I know about Skull and Bones, but I signed an NDA, so I can't say anything. Oh man, so much stuff. Anyway, let's shuffle down the road a tad. But thank you for that, John. If you could pop is that on Twitter? Did they announce it on Twitter? Because if it is, I'll dig it up. Yeah. Oh yeah. Chill out. I love it. Far Cry 6. Hello, Mickey. Oh, he's gone. Hello, Mickey. Look at this. $1,200. Disney dining and merchandise. Wow. $100 spending money. 14 days for 7. Oh, I'd love to go back to Disney. My kids absolutely love Disney. We've been to both the LA and the Florida ones. I think we've been to Florida's Disney about 3 times, and then the LA one as well. I kind of find it all the same every time, but my girls absolutely adore it there. Love to do that. What's with all this khaki advertising over the top of the frickin' text, you Egypts? We can guess it. Far Cry 6 might receive a Game of the Year. Do you know, half of this is my fault because I turned off my ad blocker. I just got fed up with all the websites saying, do you really want to block us? Interestingly, I read somewhere on one of my news feeds that from, I think, next month, Chrome is building something in that makes it tougher to block ads using third-party applications. That'll be interesting. I don't mind. I mean, everyone's got to make money, and they're giving me free information. But what is the point in shoving it over the top of the actual news? Flippanzy. I could just expand the screen, but then you guys won't see it on the laptop. Guessing the ages. So dad moment. Nothing beats shouting a lot of names until you get it right. Yeah, there's also privacy as well with security alt, which is another reason why I tend to not always give the right information. Listening from work, says Jamie Lee. Well, it's an absolute pleasure, my friends. Good to have you listening. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day at work. Where are we? 5:15. If you are working a normal day, you haven't got long till the end of it, hopefully. If you're on shift work, then I hope it's a good day and it goes quickly. News.ubisoft.com. Okay, mate, thank you. I'll have a little look at that in a second. So anyway, Far Cry 6 may receive a Game of the Year upgrade soon, according to Gaming Bolt. The package will allegedly also include a new expansion on top of the first-person shooter itself. Everybody is playing Far Cry 6 again at the moment, I've noticed, and I have to say, watching them, it has made me want to as well. It was a great game. I think it was the most advanced graphically, but for me, the least interesting in terms of the story and the environment. I preferred some of the older ones that just really had really great stories. Far Cry 5 is almost uneclipsable, if that's a word. I think that was absolutely amazing. Oh, until 8. Oh, well, mate, I always used to find when I worked shift, when I was about your age, that if you did like later shifts, the day seemed to go a heck of a lot faster. And of course, then you get some of the day to enjoy as well. Joke, says Rockmirth. A man is sent to the electric chairs, better be funny. A guard asks, do you have any last words? Yes, I'm a little nervous. Could you hold my hand? I love it. I love it. That's a great joke. Like that one. So Far Cry 6 may not have set the world on fire. I don't know, did it not do so good? But if all you were looking for was 50% off of Stars Play, would first-person shooter was more of the bombastic sandbox fun that Far Cry has Watch Now been known to deliver. Jamie Lee, for your benefit, because you're listening at work, they've put a flipping great big advert over the text, so I'm reading the advert along the text as well. It's like you didn't come away from the game Interestingly, it seems Ubisoft might be planning a significant upgrade for the game in the near future. And then somebody on Twitter, which, do you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but it seems that all of these kind of blog news sites, they would die an absolute death if it wasn't for Twitter. Illumia Italia, a Twitter page that routinely tracks the Xbox backend and updates being made to it, seems to have discovered files on the platform as servers for Far Cry 6 Game of the Year upgrade pass. That's interesting. The image itself is all business. I'm guessing this, well, in fact, I know because I saw at the very top, posted by Shabanka Parijat. So this is a bit of a translated article, I think, probably lifted from somewhere else. See that a lot, sadly. And they get sent to me by Google, so I just read them on a daily basis. This isn't something that Ubisoft has officially announced, but Ubisoft is, of course, known to be a spectacularly leaky ship. So it wouldn't be surprising in the slightest if this turned out to be spilled beans. Well, yeah, I mean, there's some detail in there. He's saying about a new update and a significant upgrade, in fact, in the near future. So, yeah, you'd have to follow that information. I mean, all I'm seeing here is... Oh, okay. So is this graphic the guy has found hidden away in his Game of the Year upgrade pass? And it literally says Far Cry 6 Game of the Year upgrade pass, expansion, season pass, ultimate pack. But that could be... I mean, apart from Game of the Year, I don't know why they call them Game of the Year. I mean, I always used to think, naivety... Ron, how are you, dude? Raffle, I'll send you a packet of cigarettes, my friend. I used to think that, in my naivety, if something was called Game of the Year, it's because it won an award or, it was, nominated somewhere. But it seems to me they just call it that themselves. But an expansion, a season pass, and an ultimate pack could be good. And of course, again, as always, if you've got Ubisoft Plus, your quid's in, because it is going to happen for you. So anyway, thank you, Mickey, and I'll look out for this next year. I'd love to go back to the States. I see poor old Florida has been lashed with 155-mile-an-hour winds and stuff. I remember when before our first child was born, my wife and I took a trip down, all the way down from Orlando through Miami down to the Florida Keys. And when we got down to the Keys, and it was coming up, it was September because it was coming up to Halloween. No, October, beg your pardon. So it was in October, it was coming up to Halloween. And there had been a hurricane down at the Florida Keys, and I mean, absolutely stunning scenery, but just bits of debris everywhere when it had all smashed up. But I loved that holiday. We stopped in at some amazing places like what's up, Rokk? Chariot Man. Let me do it for you. Yeah, what's up, Rokk? Yes, it was my voice in that video. Yeah, what's up, Rokk? I'm always very proud of my Bugs Bunny impression. I'm good, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. I hope you're keeping well. This one will keep a few folk happy. Farming Simulator 22, which I think is on Stadia. So I'll caveat right now by saying, because I know there were some issues with the latest editions, but I'm fairly sure it is. Oh, look, it's Martin from Hollywood. Hello, gentlemen. Well, I am at figure skating with my girl. Well, now, going forward, it's 5 days a week, but I do love watching. Oh, is she like in a squad or something? You know, in like an athletic squad. That's amazing. We should take my girls down for gymnastics and stuff like that. It's great to encourage them, Martin. Well done, my friend. Martin sent me a video link yesterday on YouTube where he literally was in a music video for a Swedish pop band, and he plays some guy sat at a desk looking really bored. It was so funny. Oh dear, you've got to put it up on Twitter, Martin. Whilst the Pumps and Hoses DLC may sound like something from Saints Row, let me zoom in again for a little bit for you guys. It's in fact a very innocent expansion to the cult classic that is Farming Sim 22. Get your mind out of that gutter! Well, thanks, Chariot. I worked very hard on this layout, my friend. Yeah. And do you know what? I'm hamstrung in. I have to use OBS. I can't use anything else because everything that I'm using here is locked into my system that I've got running. So anyway, it's a big update for Farming Sim 22. It's called Pumps and Hoses. It's a DLC. If it's on Stadia, and it does say here, look, arriving today, and the article's dated yesterday, so it should be there now. Arriving today for and Stadia. So there you go. This pack takes your farming operation to the next level with over 30 manufacturing items from Dutch manufacturer Schouten, the German steel storage people over at Stolkamp, and BVL, the biogas giant. Now, Bjorn was telling me last week on Rock Player, which, if you guys don't know, it's our kind of all-covering cloud gaming news show, which we do on a Thursday on my other channel, Rock Play. We take about 2 hours to cover all the cloud gaming news that is out there. Turns out there's a ton of it. But he was telling me that these simulators like Farming Sim and others, absolutely massive in Germany. It's like their most played thing. So that's why they absolutely love them. Phipps, how are you, dude? Phipps was one of our winners yesterday. Prize was delivered. Hope you've spent your money wisely. Martin says, okay, have a great stream. Thank you, my friend. We certainly will. Christian, how are you, dude? News on Boys Stadia. You've got Boys on Stadia? I don't know about Boys on Stadia. Do you mean the Friday thing? Yeah, you'll get nothing out of me on here, my friend. Actually, I did give a couple of little tiny clues earlier. You might have to rewind it, though. You've only got tomorrow, and then it's Friday. And then we'll be doing it. We will be doing it. We'll be letting you know. I don't know why I suddenly popped over there. There was absolutely no need. Oh, I know why, because it's next. Let's get them bookmarks up. Right, okay, so actually, before we do the bookmarks, what was it John said? News.ubisoft.com, I think. Let me see, John. Oh, Chippy the fish. How's Chippy doing? It's not Chippy, it's Chips, mate. Plural. Yeah, Chips is getting on, I have to be honest with you. Chips the goldfish we're talking about here. Chips, I think it's a he. Bless him. He's been through 3 friends. We originally bought 2. Rosie and Chips. And Rosie died. I think Rosie got a disease. But Chips was a bit of a bully. He's a bigger goldfish than the others. So we bought him a little friend, and he bullied that one into not getting any food, which I felt so sorry for this little fish. It was really gorgeous. But every time I popped some food in for the fish, which I do every day, every morning, a little sprinkle, the Chips would run in and butt this other fish out the way and then eat the whole stuff, and the poor little thing died. I did it one more time and then that was it. So he's lived on his own now, and he's probably about 12 years old, but he's looking quite diseased. He's got a big massive eye thing popping out here and stuff. So I look after him. I have a little chat with him every day and give him food and stuff, clean him out, but I don't think he's long for this world, if I'm honest. Bless him. Anyway, let's have a quick look at news.ubisoft. I don't know, I'm looking at the keyboard, I'm a touch typist. By training, indeed. Right, did you mean ubisoft.com? Oh no, where's it sending me to somewhere dodgy? What? Ubisoft. What's wrong with ubisoft.com then? Yeah, exactly, there it is, look. So let's try it again. News.ubisoft.com. We'll take the NGB off. We'll try again. Oh, it's got the W. No, you don't want the W in there. Get rid of that. Chillin' to my music. Right, here we go. John said it was on here, so let's see. Oh, here we go. Release date update. What else we got here? Studio Spotlight on Clobbery and the photo mode. Here we go. John's little bit of news that he leaked to us here. Look. Ahoy, privateers. Our team is hard at work polishing and balancing the experience. What? March 2023? Flip, it was due to come out next month or the month after. Tough decision. Yeah, I'd say. What are we talking? November, December, January, February, March. It's like 6 months. Wow. Wow. Okay. I wonder if I'm still... look, I'm just going to tell you, I have seen it. I did see it. I did feel it needed a bit of love, so I'm not wholly surprised. But, wow, 6 months. That's a heck of a long time. Yes, sir. Heck of a long time to get your pirate fix. Oh well, there you go. Maybe they'll make up with it with a Mirage release on Stadia. Are you hearing me, Ubisoft? Why, I oughta. Let's have a look at the bookmarks, folks. I got loads of bookmarks and some great ones. So first up, from our great friend, my great friend and your great friend, Mr. John Scar. This was only 3 hours ago. John alerted me to this. Outright Games just announced Gigantosaurus Dino Kart, which will release in 2023 as well, coming to Stadia. I think it's fairly safe to assume now that everything that Outright do is going to be on Stadia. Great bunch of guys. Let's have a quick look at this. So this is their trailer. Now they do have a Gigantosaurus on Stadia, but it's more their sort of kind of platforming thing. So looks like they're branching out into karts, like Mario Kart or the one I've got, Garfield, which is pretty cool. Race over Cretaceous. The Cretaceous period. Yeah, very, very similar. Looks good though. Nice low point of view, field of view, so you always feel more in the action. I always feel if you're closer to the ground in these racing games. Look at that, 4-player, so you can do couch co-op with your family. That's cool. Yeah, lots of special effects, things to drop and put off your... Look at the dinosaurs crossing the road. Fantastic. Dino Kart coming soon. And then, look at that, Stadia right at the very front of the list. Awesome stuff. Thank you for that, John. That was brilliant. That looks really cool, doesn't it? Love that. Next up, Good friend of the show, good friend of mine, Stefan Dernat, otherwise known as Cheeky Boink. Cheeky Boink. Stefan always finds these great... He was the guy that found the Elder Scrolls Online with Chinese language that we spent a long time talking about on Friday. Well, he's gone and found another one. Look at this. Now, this is in German, so let me just do a quick translation. Hey, the Division Heartland fans, get the fan kit now for free. The game also continues to appear for Stadia, according to this site, and indeed it does. Look at this. There's a graphic. Where is it? Can I see the graphic or not? No, he's just done a little clip of it. So this is on the Ubisoft website. And down the bottom, it's got a question mark. Something belong is something for. And then, I mean, presumably, where will you be able to play it? And Stadia definitely shows up here. Because that was under question recently after the Ubisoft Connect. So I'm excited about that. What have we got here? Ubisoft Connect, download the Tom Clancy Division Heartland fan kit. Let's go to get it now and see what it says, because this must possibly be where he'd gone to find out about it. Oh, good, I'm logged in my Ubisoft Plus account, so let's see what it says. Now, this is going to be a free-to-play, as far as I can recall. I think they kind of sell it as a PvPe experience, which of course is a bit like the Dark Zone in the Division as it sits. So I click on that. I've got this anyway, so I might as well get it. I've got tons of these little things. I never find stuff I want. So we'll add that to my rewards while I'm here, which is cool. Oh, look at that. It's come back for more. Oh, there you go. This is where he's got it from. Fan kit. Right, let me zoom in, guys, so you get to see this too. Here we go. Get ready to uncover the mysteries of Silver Creek with this Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland fan kit. This reward is only available on X5, PC 4, Stadia, Xbox One. I mean, I know you can't take it as gospel. When Mirage was being booted about the place, half of Ubisoft's assets said it was coming to Stadia, the other half said it wasn't. In the end, they never said either way, and neither did Stadia, and I want you to bank that thought. But it was kind of felt that in the balance, until they absolutely say either way, we'll consider it not coming. That's probably a sensible thing. So there you go. Nicely found from Stefan there. I'm hoping to go on their show. He does Cloud Play, I think it's called, which is a German Stadia show. They're really nice guys, and I'd love to be on that show. Now, obviously, bless me, 98% of what they say I wouldn't have a clue. But I'd still love to be on there. I love learning from people. So there we go. Look, Rokk, I even said nice find, because I think it was a good find. So there we go. Helix Cloud Boys have said, this is good little promotion here for FIFA, which, as you guys know, you can now play on Stadia if you have the Ultimate Edition. But it goes live for everybody on Friday. Raymond... Ray3473, the gaming cyborg, my very good friend, he's played it already on another platform, but has said that it is absolutely a leg up from the current version. So Dre's going to wait till he wins FIFA. Yeah, a lot of folk are giving it away, aren't they? Do you know, I was thinking this earlier with me and John, Stadia Dosage and Squids and so many other folk. You can pretty much, if you're canny and you keep your ears to the ground, you could enter a show, a giveaway every single week, possibly even every single day. It's a very generous community, don't you think? So look, they're saying here, play anywhere, check. No installs or downloads, check. Next gen features, check. And look at this, £10 or $10, presumably €10 as well, less than on the console. That's amazing, isn't it? And he's right, look at this, $59.99, that's with tax included. And that's the EA Sports Standard Edition. But down here, look, PlayStation, $69.99, £10 more for the same edition. And it makes a very good point. and you've still got to put the whole freaking thing on your machine. Howdy cloudies, David and Bear are in the house. Bless you, my friend. Just pop it in, can't hang. But I hope you have a great day. When you say you can't hang, have you tried tying a weight around the end? I'm told that it can help over time. Takes a while. Can be uncomfortable. It's always a pleasure to see you, my friend, and thank you for popping in. Right, next, Death Carnival. This was it's a Saturday, Friday, I forget now. Monday, Tuesday, happy days, Monday. So, look, they're really pushing out now. I still don't know how close we are to launch. I've been on their beta program for a while. John got me in on this, although I have to be honest in that I've not played it much. What you've really got to do on their beta program is play with other people. I mean, at this moment, I'm not sure that they have bots working. But it does look great. It's going to be fun. I mean, it almost has that Atari Recharge feel to it, doesn't it? That kind of arcade feel. So yeah, the old top-down twin stick, you know, the kind of thing. It's going to be good fun. I believe they do have a version on PC, mind you. So, you know, if you fancy getting into it before then, you could always go and check it out. I think it's coming to Pro when it comes to Stadia, but I stand to be corrected. John, if you're still in the chat, you know all these things. Let me know, my friend. Winstar, how are you, Bo? Hey all, hope everyone has a wonderful day. Been lurking. Oh, well, mate, I don't mind a lurker. It's just lovely to see so many of you. So anyway, another day, another kill streak, says our friends at Death Carnival. I believe it's only a two-man team. I know it's a relatively small outfit. And that's the thing I love. I say it nearly every week, but the thing I love about Stadia is giving these very small boutique indie studios a platform and a community to develop and hone their products within is amazing. And how are you, dude? And now your mama knows. Everybody, I hope everybody's cool. I'm very cool. Hope you are too, my friend. I saw your DM. I haven't got back to you yet because I've been manic all day. But I will do, I promise. Thank you for that, my friend. What else we got? Sooner, aka a bippity bop. These are just kind of comments. Stadia and other platforms should check that out. I think they just discovered something. Yeah, what this relates to, and I'll come back to, I'll go and find it now, and then I'll come back to these comments. So, yesterday, Stadia chat. There's two guys, and I think it's GeekDaSneak. He popped a video up online, which I saw it go live because I subscribed, but it said something like how to fix Stadia. And I thought, oh no, it's not one of these, you know, Stadia need to do this and Stadia need to do that, and if only they did this and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't actually watch it. And then RuDiggz, that's where I got the name from, sorry, he said, you should watch this, it's really cool. I think this was actually the tweet, in case... No, it's not. He said, watch this if you're getting problems with Stadia lag. I thought, oh, it's a different thing altogether. So I watched the video, and it's absolutely brilliant. So what Nads has done, that's it, he's discovered that if you have a GeForce card, an NVIDIA GeForce card, and you make some tweaks in the control panel, you know the thing where if you've got an NVIDIA card, you'll know that hidden away in your tray, if you've got a Windows PC, is the little NVIDIA icon, and if you right click it, you get to choose the hub where you can manage games and stuff, or the control panel, and then if you click on apps and choose Chrome, follow the video. Now, I actually went back and said, please change the title from How to Fix Stadia to How to Fix Stadia Lag, because I think you're losing out on so many views. I think, you know, people are just going to watch it because they think it's condemning Stadia. Anyway, bless him. He said, thank you so much for that. He did change it, as you can see. And I know now, because of that, it's gone stratospheric. As Clive has just said, hey Clive, good to see you, my friend. So many people have been making these changes, and it's made a massive difference. I don't know why. I tried it. It didn't make any difference for me. I actually left a comment there and just said, you know, it's an amazing video, and please change the title, because I don't want you missing out on, you know, what could be your biggest ever video. But it didn't work for me, and I think that's just because I've got an optimum rig, an optimum setup. You know, I've got this massive flipping 3080 PC and a 1 gig wired connection, so I get like a 3 millisecond lag. Whereas if you get 9, 10 milliseconds, that kind of a thing, definitely worth doing it. Dre says 1.5 is my thing now, where he had 9. Yeah, so if you're getting that, and I think a lot of it's going to depend how close to the routers you are, the Stadia point of presence, the network hub, as to how much it's going to be beneficial to you. But it definitely, I've seen people saying, I mean, look at this, it says here you can reduce your decoding time from 30 to 3. I'm getting about 3 anyway, so it kind of didn't make a lot of difference for me, but he's right, and I've seen people that have achieved that, so what's not to love? Check them out, Chat Stadia on Twitter, you'll find the link there. Go and watch the video, well worth it. The only thing I did also say to them was if they could put the steps in the description, because I had to keep pausing it and making a change and letting it go and pausing it. So they've done, I think they've done that as well, they were going to do that. Yeah, it doesn't help you, mate, on phone, that's true. But then you don't necessarily have an NVIDIA card on your phone, and it's unhelpful if you don't have an NVIDIA card. So if you've got a MacBook, for example, or you use an AMD, or you have a laptop with a GPU built into the motherboard, those kinds of probably ain't going to help you. It's very much for those that have an NVIDIA card, which are a lot of folk, to be fair. Young Ewan here. Now, I know everybody pronounces it iOne, but his actual name is Ewan. So I've always assumed that was just his little play on words. Lovely guy from Transylvania. And he's saying here, remember that one time in 2020 when Stadia was down for like 15 minutes because Google services generally were down? And then he's got this snapshot. And it says Fortnite status. GeForce Now service status. Players are again able to connect to GeForce Now without issues. He's been a bit cheeky. And then Xbox support. Players should now be able to launch Watch Dogs 2 on cloud gaming. Thanks for your patience. I mean, the point he's making, and it's a very valid point, I think there may have been some Google services down recently as well, but for seconds. I mean, we monitor, in my business, we monitor all the websites that we host. And believe it or not, they go down quite a lot. But they're usually for seconds and nobody spots it. So, you know, there's no point in worrying about it. But equally, if you imagine, I mean, it can literally be, a break in a network hub somewhere, and it can have a knock-on effect. But he's right. The point is, everybody gets those issues. But Stadia's been very resilient. So, where are we? They are the dons at the moment, NVIDIA. Yeah, they are. Although it's interesting. If you do have a look at some of the 40 series card YouTube videos, there's lots of dissenting folk on there. And Stadia put one out a couple of days ago as well. And this is our friends, I think our friends over at RuDiggz again, but I'll check in a second. The BBs are back with a brand new LOL surprise game. Customize your dolls, visit iconic cities, show off your collection at fashion shows. Coming soon to Stadia. We've covered it in the past, but it's great. Wait, no, didn't want to do that. It's good to see that it's on its way. Stadia giving the old thumbs up and confirming it. They've had it in some of their Tuesdays, or their Thursdays. So it's all good. Stadia gets all the hate. Games are coming. Yep, they absolutely are. I don't think it gets anywhere near the hate it used to, Chariot, and I think, to be fair, it's ever so slightly becoming quite cool. It's funny because I see more hate amongst some of the OG Stadia subscribers, Stadia Pro subscribers and Stadia users these days than I do from just general gamers, which is really sad to see. And I understand it. We covered this the other day. They kind of feel cheated. They feel like, there's a lot of folk out there that committed to Stadia as the next big thing, thinking, wow, this is how I can maybe become, if this turns out to be as big as Switch and I'm right there at the beginning, this could be my career on YouTube, and it never happened for them. And I do feel that for them. But you can't diss the platform. They could just as easily have gone with Betamax in the day. It is what it is, and there's a risk when you get involved in this stuff. Whereas I've just felt, you know what, for me, I love the platform, and I love the community even more. I'm in a very fortunate position in life that I can spend an hour or two a day devoting this to a hobby. This is a hobby for me. I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. I love seeing so many of you every day turn out to listen to little old me. And it's exciting because you know what? You and I are discovering stuff together. We didn't know about Skull and Bones until we came together. It was promised as that by Google, to be fair. I get where they're coming from. I missed you, sorry. Let me go back. CMG, good to see you, dude. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, long old story about going back to the beginning, etc. Businesses change, people's business plans change. Everybody, you know, I was there at the beginning as well. I've been subject to the same issues that everybody else has in the community. I've stuck with the platform, and if you go back, if you wanted to go back to the very, very early days when I was invited to people like Chase's show, or when Clive and I did stuff together, I always said that I felt Stadia would end up being a casual gamers platform, and I always said who I felt they were targeting it at. And I still stand by what I said. So, you know, anybody that feels that they wanted it to be a massive PC alternative, and I know that you could have interpreted what was said back in the day by Google as intimating that it could be that, and I'm sure that's how they felt then. The people working on the technology back then were not necessarily in touch with the management and how they wanted to market it. And people have come and gone since then, as has, you know, as a huge amount of the original directors, a huge amount of the original management team have all moved on and been replaced. And you know, I, hand on heart, believe wholeheartedly that the platform as it is now is absolutely on track for where Stadia want it to be. And I think there's some amazing revelations to come. And by that, I mean new features and better integration into YouTube and all those kinds of things. So stick with it, guys. Stick with it. But you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Barclay, how are you, buddy? Thanks for popping in. Good to see you there. And Mugenlive on Google Stadia. Good to see you too. Thank you so much. Great to see so many members as well. Love it. So that's coming up. Mark, who's a good friend of mine, Mark, he's a lovely guy. We talk a lot, we DM a lot. And he was just showing here that he's been testing Stadia on a Retroid Pocket 3. Now, I intended to have a look at this because I don't know what a Retroid Pocket 3 is. So let's have a look, shall we? Here we are. It's a handheld retro gaming system, apparently. It's $119. Well, that's flipping at August 20th. Says pre-order, but I'm assuming it's out now. That's affordable, isn't it? What have we got here for 100 and, well, let's go with parity where the pound is. We'll call it £120 and probably 120 euros as well. There ain't much in it, is there? Yeah, see, Ant makes a really good point. I still think Stadia will blow up the end of the next year and it will have many AAA games. Yeah, I agree, my friend. You know, we're still in that kind of transition phase, aren't we? But I'm loving a world where GeForce Now exists and suits a certain gamer. Stadia exists and suits a certain gamer. Luna exists and suits a certain gamer. And I would love to see Luna branching out. I think they're going to, but I don't know when. And of course you've got Boosteroid and Utomic and so many others. But I'm loving a world where we have that choice. That's the key thing for me. Barclay's holding his thumbs. It will be amazing, I agree. But look at this, guys. £120 for a Retroid Pocket, which you can pre-order. It looks like it does all the stuff you kind of want out of a handheld. I am not too sure what the 800 megahertz. It's running Android 11, 20 to 30% performance gain over 9. It's got a 4.7-inch touch screen, running at a weird 750 by 1334, but not quite 1080, closer to 720, but 60 frames per second. It supports 720 HDMI, and to be quite honest, something that size, 4.7 inches, which is, you know, what is it? It's not much bigger than that, really, is it? 720 is perfectly fine. 2 gig plus 32 gig, 3 gig plus 32 gig memory, improved controls with clickable analog sticks, nice. Alternative dome switch or conductive rubber D-pad, face button. I actually quite like the look of this, guys. The orders in August was received the giveaway including conductive rubber kit, so I'm not going to buy one, but oh, I see, here we go. You can choose your colour. Wow, look at this. These colours are great. It's quite funky. Look at that. I could have thrown one of these away with my Cyberpunk giveaway. Hey, I love some of these colours. I love that one. I really love that. Look at that. That's excellent. And of course, it's got the XYAB. And then you can choose whether you want to have 3 times 30 gig or 2 times 30 gig. And let's go to our shopping cart and see what happens next. So at the moment, it's not giving me an option to change my language, but that my currency, but that may change. So it's $120. Let's see what happens. I'm obviously not going to buy this, by the way. Don't get too excited. Country UK, so it's recognised that. I want to know what the shipping is now. I don't want to be doing the whole payment thing. We'll go with that. And I'm not putting my address up there either. Shipping. That's basically, this is a Magento cart, by the way. From those of you that would know, I can recognise this any old where. I'm going to ask Mark, actually. I'll ask him how much where he got his from. I reckon this was a Kickstarter or something very similar. He's put some cash into it and got it for August. Testing out Stadia. Wonder what he says. See if there's any more in the thread. Have you tried other cloud gaming offerings with it? Yep, it works well with GeForce Now and Xbox Game Pass. It actually looks okay, doesn't it? I mean, that looks a really vibrant screen. Wow. This is interesting. How well does it run? Apart from having to tweak a few key bindings, which is usual, it works great. The only thing is you have to use the Stadia web app, okay, or sideload the APK. For some reason, the Android app is unavailable in the Play Store. Well, that would possibly be a Google choice, because Google, back in the day, you couldn't get it for all devices because they wanted to make sure the best experience was enjoyed when you installed it. So it's possible that it just hasn't been verified by Google. But he's right though. If you sideload it, which probably is fairly simple to do, I'm sure Mark would be happy to let me know. I can relay that info. Wouldn't be too hard to do. Jeff says, I did the same on mine, quite happy with it. Yeah, same here. I was more than impressed with how well it worked. I really think there's something to these Android-powered handouts. Well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's a phone with a few buttons, isn't it? Impressions video. I'll have a chat with Mark after the show, guys, and see what I can find out, because that's fascinating. Clive makes a really good point here. In fairness, Stadia is still working through things as it adapts to the market. There's been some massive market changes as well. I mean, they couldn't have seen lockdown coming. But that's the beauty of cloud and not having to mass produce those $500 boxes. Absolutely. $119, that's about £1 million. The last I looked, it had dropped to $1.06. I almost wept. Although opportunity knocks. I don't know how long it's likely to be as depressed as it is, but it does mean anybody who wants to buy our services in the UK, we're very cheap right now. Wow. Where are we? 5-2. I've got a couple more for you guys. Some games getting to leave Stadia Pro soon, says Lee, and he's actually quoting our good old friend Cheeky Boink. So yeah, don't let these go, particularly Chicken Police. Don't forget, if you've already claimed these, they're there forever as long as your subscription is in place. But if you haven't claimed them, and this is the point, claim them. And honestly, I don't know why people don't claim them when they've got them. You know, even if you think, oh, I would never play Spiritfarer, well, claim it anyway. You paid for it. Just get it in your library. The same as when new games land on PlayStation Plus, I never download them, but I always make sure that I've put them in my library so they're always there in the future. Because sometimes you get into a genre that you never bothered with in the past, and then you think, oh, hang on, I've got that game that I never played. For example, I started playing a game a few days ago called Elix, which came out in 2017, and they've got a new version of it out at the moment on PlayStation. And I played the trial on PlayStation and of the new one, and I thought, oh, I love this. It was RPG, it was open world, there was good progression, and it was kind of dystopian sci-fi future, all the things I really love. And it was about £50 to buy it, and I thought, oh, I don't know, do I want to buy it? I mean, it was a 2-hour trial, it was a decent trial. So then I discovered that Elix 1 was available, and that I had it was available to stream on PlayStation. So I invested about 15 hours in, and I'm really glad I didn't buy it. Because it does tick all the boxes, but honestly, after 15, 20 hours in the game, my character hadn't progressed hardly a jot. It was just way too hard to progress. You had to collect so many things that made it virtually impossible. So it was a big old X for me. Barclay, I'm afraid so, my friend. They actually said, if I can get it back, we also covered the fact that Tom Clancy's Division Heartland, if you go in and claim the fan kit while you're here, it shows down here that it's available for Stadia. So, you know, we went through the usual caveats. Doesn't mean a great deal, but it could be coming to Stadia. But yeah, sadly, over at Ubisoft, I can't get it up for you, they have announced on their news that they're delaying it. But it's worse than that, Barclay. They're delaying it till next March. It's like a 5-6 month delay. Just a quick one. Let me see. I don't think I've got many left here anyway. On Friday, later Friday for most of us, the Caring from the Clouds launches. You know, you guys may or may not have seen last night's show, or indeed have picked up on the tweets, but essentially what it is a bunch of us community content creators, Stadia community content creators, will be streaming for 1 to 2 hours across Friday, Saturday or Sunday. And it's all in aid of a charity. In my case, it will be the Young Lives versus Cancer charity, who you lovely folk gave so generously to earlier in the year. I've been in touch with them, and they're sending me first class post, subject to first class post, a t-shirt. So I'll be wearing my t-shirt on Saturday. I'm doing the Saturday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. slot. That's UK. I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern. And what I thought we will do in those 2 hours is we will run through all the October Pro games. So I promise I'm not going to look at them. You'll know this because I'll claim them, and it will have that thing that says, you know, make sure you've checked with your doctors before playing any games. We'll go through every single one, and we'll do that over those 2 hours. So that's going to be my little slot, and there will be a giveaway as well. I will be giving away a standard priced game of your choice. So make sure you tune in. But there's somebody on pretty much every hour across the 3 days. So that's going to be cool. I think we've got down to the bottom there, guys. I think we've done it. Look at that. Bang on the minute. We covered that. Jackbox, quickly Jackbox, Party Pack 9. Thanks to Bryant saying that here. And John also found out, just as we were about to close on last night's Stadia Rokk Show, is coming to Stadia on October the 20th. And that is going to be a scream of fun. Yep, that's it. We're up to date. Whew! Let me take us back to the welcome screen. Thank you so much, guys, as ever, for joining me. Do you know, every day I wake up and think, one of these days I'm going to fire this show up and there'll be nothing to talk about, and then I'll be so reliant on you. But somehow I seem to find stuff, which is good. Dre, I sadly have to work the whole weekend. Oh, don't worry. Yes, I know you were scheduled, weren't you, my friend? And you couldn't make it, but it wasn't as if you didn't want to do it. And I know that you've handed the baton on to, I think, David. I think David Wilson's going to step in for you, so it's all good. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. You are amazing. I love seeing so many of you as well. Absolutely fantastic. And we found out some good stuff. We found out some new stuff, didn't we? Found out that Skull and Bones is being delayed till next year. And we also found out that possibly confirmation of Heartland's coming, or at least in Ubisoft's massive world of assets where they don't seem to know what the left hand's doing from the right, Stadia was certainly an option at some point, so we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. Right, I'm rocking out here. I'm going to get the heck out. So tomorrow's Thursday. There will be a show. We will stay on a bit later than now tomorrow just to see if Stadia drops a Thursday community blog post, because they're akin to do that on the odd weeks that they don't have a twos. So we'll be doing that every Thursday, every other Thursday, and then Friday, the big reveal day. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will speak to you all very soon.